friends.
Hello.
What a day.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Here we are with one more accessory, and today we are speaking about our last accessory.
Yes. I can't believe that was quick, right?
The 21 days were so special, but yes, they flew by very quickly. But we must say we loved seeing everybody participate with us, those of you who were joining us every single day to watch the video with us, who were commenting. I was reading, I can't say all, but I read most of the comments that we received on Facebook, on our blog, on our YouTube videos, and we could see that many of you took this seriously and were blessed just like we were blessed, right?
It's true. And I'm sure you are also very curious to get to know what would be the last accessory, right?
Yes.
And here it is. The last accessory is the perfume. Which women can live without perfume, right? But do you know that as we were searching and getting to know more about the perfume, we learned, and we're gonna share with you today, that the perfume has different components, right?
Yeah, I found that very
And
interesting.
it's like an orchestra. The perfume has different notes. That for me was a new thing, right?
Yeah.
Because the perfume has 3 notes, and today we're gonna speak about 3 of them, all of them to you, and we're gonna connect with spiritual meaning as well, right?
Yes, I mean the first note that a perfume has is actually the head, right?
The head.
And what is this note? This note is that first impression that you have of the perfume. So as soon as you spray it, the first thing you smell is considered the head note. It's the first note. Minutes after you put on a perfume.
Can be good and bad.
Yes, it can be good. It can be really bad. Like I mean, I'm sure you've experienced this before. You've seen those perfumes that are not of a good quality. Unfortunately, I've had one of those. You get one, you spray it on, and as soon as you spray it on, because it's cheap, it's not of a good quality, it gives you an immediate headache, right?
Yes, and what is the heart note, Raquel?
The heart note is that one that after a while you start noticing, and people start noticing as well the perfume, right? So it's not the one that as soon as you spray on, you immediately feel. That's the head. But the heart is the one that after a while people start smelling around the essence of the perfume as well.
It's normally after 1 hour that you've put on a perfume. So as soon as you spray it on, you smell the head note, and then the heart note comes 1 hour later.
But spiritually speaking, there is also a meaning, right?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of see that normally we have our first impressions when you go to a place, for example, and you arrive. Normally you're guarded, isn't it? You don't show who you are initially. Immediately, the first impression that people form of you is the impression that you use your head for. You kind of say, no, you know what? I don't know these people. I have to watch my reactions at work. You watch your reactions, but after a while that people are in your presence, after a while that they've been around you, then your personality, which is your heart, your heart note starts to come out. And actually the heart note is also considered the personality of the perfume. It starts to come out as people spend more time. And what has people been seeing? What is your heart note
and that's
reflecting?
what I was gonna say, because you know, I'm sure you have had this experience, because we had as well. Sometimes you try to buy a perfume and it was so cheap, and you say, but when I smell, as soon as I smell, it was so good, so you buy it. But after a while that you were wearing that perfume, you start smelling that perfume was not so good.
Yes.
And people around can also notice that there is something wrong with that perfume.
It's when you start having those answers, right? When you start giving those quick to the mouth answers. A person says something, but why? Why are you speaking to me like this? And then you start being irritated. That's when you start showing a bad heart note, isn't it? You get home, you're very short-tempered with your husband, isn't it? The way you treat your husband, your children. So what is this heart note that people have been excelling?
Yes, so after the break, we will talk more about this note and find out why it is important and how it relates to us in these 21 days.
My husband committed suicide when I was quite young, left me with 3 young children.
It was about 8 years of abuse, starting for psychological abuse until it got physical.
I just felt so lost as a teenager. I didn't know who I was. I kind of just felt very, very lonely.
My grandmother passed away 8 months after, 9 months after, then my mother passed away too. I kind of buried those emotions.
I was having really sleepless nights and I was really desperate.
Depression, that was affecting me. 10 years I was on medication.
Yes, here we are back. So before the break, we told you about the 2 notes that make up a perfume.
And Mochi was also speaking about people who give out a bad perfume, right?
Right.
But you also told us in the break that there is a woman that she also, not also, but she made in a different way. She gave out a good perfume.
Yes, and I'm sure you are catching on by now that the perfume we're talking about is not the physical perfume, right? It's not this perfume here that we're talking about. The perfume that we're talking about is your essence as a person, the kind of person that you are. And we see in the Bible, in the book of
Second Kings.
I think Second Kings. We will put it on the screen because I can't remember now, but it will be on your screen. In this book, we see a woman who gave out a pleasant smell. She's a Shunammite woman, and she always used to receive the prophet in her hometown. And what she did differently was she kind of first of all observed, wow, the prophet is always coming to my city, and the prophet doesn't have a place to stay. Whenever he comes, he has no place to stay. So she, out of her own initiative, came to her husband and said, honey, how about we build a house for the prophet? We built a room in our house for the prophet, and they prepared a room, they put a bed, so that when the prophet came to her city, he could always have a place to stay. And this was something that the prophet had not asked for. Now, the interesting thing is, the same way that she took note of the prophet also took note of her before even knowing, right?
And you know that this is what happens when you have a good perfume.
Yes.
You are not thinking about receiving anything, but people feel so happy and pleasant in your company. They feel this need of, let me do something for her. She's so pleasant, she's so kind, she's different. Let me also help her. Freely, out of their own will, they decide also to give back to you.
You catch attention, just like this Shunammite woman caught the attention of the prophet. Can you imagine? Prophets at the time, women at the time, were not significant figures. When a prophet comes to a city, they wouldn't pay much attention to the women of the city, because they would pay attention to the elders, to the king, deliver the message. But he noted this Shunammite woman. Not only did he notice, but he made sure to ask about her. It was so important to the prophet to know about this woman that he said, I want to know who she is. Who is it? Took the time to find out more about her. And
amazing.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's true.
And the nice thing is that she received what she wanted, because she had a need. And he saw her need, and he helped her, and she received what she needed, although she didn't ask for anything.
Right.
But later on, after a while, her son, that was what she wanted, her son got sick and passed away.
Yes.
And she went to look for the prophet.
Yes.
And the interesting, as we were speaking about, her perfume made him remember her.
Yeah.
When he looked her from afar, she said, wow, that's the woman.
Yeah.
See what she needs.
And
what is going on? Let me see what she needs.
And when she made her request to the prophet, he immediately left what he was doing and said, come on, I will go with you. And so this is what a good perfume does. When you have a good perfume, you have people at your disposal, because people want to follow you and want to please you the same way that you please. But the most important component of this perfume that makes people recognize your smell is the third note, right, Raquel?
Yeah. And this is what makes the difference, my dear friend. If you don't have the third note strong, a good note, then all these things will not last in your life. And the third note is the base.
Yes.
Is the base note. The base note is the one that make the kind of perfume you are wearing to cling to your skin, right? So is that perfume. Have you ever noticed when you save money and you buy a good perfume, it can last the whole day. You can take a shower, and after, when you smell your skin, the perfume is still there. Sometimes you are only in a good mood when there is no problems. But if throughout the day you face problems, you receive good news, someone hurt you or shout at you, your mood changes. You change, you start smelling this bad perfume. Why? Because the perfume doesn't have this base strong. It's fake.
Something horrible. It's very cheaper. You bought something very cheaper. That's the reason why the perfume, the fragrance is not good.
And you were saying something interesting in the Portuguese program, Raquel, because even though you have a base that's good, you can have a base that's bad, which is the case of those people, like you were saying, people who you walk through the streets and someone is smelling, and then, I mean, it's smoking, and you catch that base, the base of that smoke, and you arrive home even though you were not smoking, you're smelling smoke, right?
Or like this housewife who is listening to us right now, because we also cook. Sometimes you go to the kitchen and you are cooking, and at the end of the day you can smell all the food that you cook. It's in your head, it's in your clothes, it's in your skin.
The garlic that you use, sometimes you can't stand the smell of your own hands. And what is that? These are traumas that you catch, these bad smells that you catch, and you allow to cling to you like a bad perfume, like a bad base.
Sometimes this woman, she grew up always learning to protect herself, to defend herself. So right now, she doesn't understand why every time she needs to defend herself, she feels this need. She ends up smelling bad, spiritually speaking. It's because there are also these bad experiences that make her smell that way.
But my friend, you don't need to have this as your base. You can change the base of your perfume right now, today. And I believe that this is what's been happening in these 21 days, right? People have been exchanging the base.
And also we have many people say, but it's finished. How can I go there and start to have my
base changed? How can I start right at the end? It's not finished.
Not finished.
The work continues, right? And we're going to tell you something, but before I tell you the good news, I have to say, when you see a perfume, you see something very interesting. These three notes, they live together in harmony. These three notes are not fighting with each other, they harmonize. And that's what needs to happen. Your head, your heart, and your base need to live in harmony. And these 21 days are bringing this harmony. And you who are wondering, what do I do?
Yeah, I believe as well, the people prepare this kind of perfume. It spends long time.
Yes.
To know the harmony, to mix all the fragrance, all the good things, the oil, many things. For the result to
the
be
right
there.
Balance.
And you have this kind of time as well. The time is not finished. If you look to us, say, but almost finished this 21 days. No, it's not finished. If you want to be continuing, you just
let us know. Let us know. And Raquel, we have a surprise for them, right?
Yeah, now comes the good part as well. Because we had prepared a gift for you. What a special, after the 21 days, to share with all of you a gift. So what we're gonna do, this coming Sunday at 5 p.m. in our women's meeting, we're gonna give to you this special gift. And which women doesn't like to receive a gift, right? By the way, it's a gift that every woman should have, should wear. So, I lost myself.
But you understand, and I spoke to you yesterday. I know many women have this kind of gift. have this. But I believe all of them want to have special gift that we prepare, and we gave for each one of the churches, the branches. So don't think I need to go there to
Finsbury
Park to receive this gift there. No, you are there, your church. After our tent meeting, you receive your gift. This is something not simple, not common. It's something very expensive.
It's something valuable that even though you may have, you always want more of, right? Even though you may say, oh well, okay, I don't have, I want to find out, it will be available for you. And it's a surprise. It's a surprise, but all I can tell you, it's a surprise you don't want to miss. It's a surprise that's going to come and make a difference in your life. It's going to bring what we're talking about. It's going to help to bring to your life this harmony that we all seek between our heart, our spirit, and our mind.
Like the women you spoke about.
Exactly.
Very far.
Yes.
The prophet, realized there she is.
Exactly. And maybe you are one who's listening to us and saying, that's not my case. When people see me coming, they're not happy. They want to shift because they don't know what they're going to get with me. So this gift is particularly for you. This this surprise that we have, that my tongue is almost itchy to tell you, but I will not, that you will find out next week in our meeting, is for you especially who want to exhale this good perfume, right?
Yes. So don't forget to put here your comments, your pictures, and if you allow us to be here more time, let you know. Yes.
And Sylvia, we want to know which accessory marked your life the most, right?
Yes.
Which was the accessory that I have mine to share, so I'm going to put mine in the comment. There are quite a few actually, more than one. But what is the one that really marked you? Let us know.
So see you next Sunday, 5 p.m. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.